That's a bright light, isn't it? It is just gone 5:30. I know, I'm not going to a show or anywhere exciting. I'm just up early to go to work. Yay! Actually, I mean, you guys know I don't like getting up early. I wouldn't normally be getting up this early. But the trees, which you're not going to be able to see, but the trees are right behind my stables here, belonging to my next door neighbour, are being taken down today. I only found this out late last night. At least I did find out. And I don't want the horses being in the stables while it's happening. We could have put them in the field, but having just Sienna had a treatment on Wednesday, it's Friday today. I don't really want to chuck her out in the field just yet because she's going to go ballistic. I mean, she's going to gallop, she's going to rear, she's going to buck, she's probably going to fall over. And I don't want to undo all the good work. I'll talk about that later in the vlog. So I think the only choice I've got is to go to work very early, get it done, and get back here as soon as possible so that as soon as the tree surgeons arrive, I go for a mega long hack with my two. Is anyone awake? Oh, you're both awake. Well done. Yeah, that's my plan anyway. Ooh, the kites are already up, the red kites. So yeah, that's why I'm up at the crack of dawn, because of tree surgeons. Lovely start to a Friday. Right, let's go on. These two are like, what you doing? Just get a shock on Coop's face, like, but what? You're never up this early. Afternoon, guys. I am in Corporal's stable, just tacking up in preparation for a hack, which I don't know when it's going to start. Still waiting for these tree surgeons to turn. You're right, okay. These tree surgeons to turn up next door, and we got told lunchtime. Well, it's now heading. Well, it's almost 1 o'clock, and they're not there yet. And so I'm just a bit like, come on. You know, when you're sort of just waiting and you're like, I just want to get on and go for a ride, but you know, I don't want to go too soon and then end up coming back just as they're pulling the tree down or something like that. So yeah, just waiting. Went to work this morning. It didn't actually go for very long in the end. I felt really rubbish this morning. I think it was self-inflicted. I baked a banana bread cake thing, gluten-free, last night. It looked amazing. But as soon as I ate some, you know when you just know something's not quite right? And I ate it and I was like, Anyway, carried on, finished the slice, obviously. And then this morning, I woke up about 4 and I was like, not feeling great. And sort of thought, just carry on, get going. So anyway, obviously did mine. And when I got to work, I was feeling even rougher. And I was thinking, I really don't feel very good right now. Anyway, so I sort of did as much as I could kind of bear. And then I came home and I have to say I did go to bed for a little bit. But sometimes when you just sat in bed, you just feel worse, don't you? So I was like, you know what, just get out of bed and move. And so I went and planted some potatoes, as you do on a Friday. And at least I was just like out in the fresh air and moving around, and I don't feel too bad. I feel okay. So hopefully it was just the cake, which I have now thrown, sadly. Such a waste of ingredients. And yeah, I'm literally thought I'd just start tacking up ready for when the tree surgeons turn up and I can get out straight away, because I don't think it'll take them very long to kind of, these trees aren't fully grown, they've been cut before, so it won't take much to kind of cut them down. So just getting prepared, really. That's all, just getting prepared. The downside to sitting in bed earlier was that I was aimlessly scrolling through Facebook, and on the Henry James Facebook page, it popped up saying they were having like a second sale. And I had been eyeing up the 3D headpiece on there, which is the headpiece that's kind of got the gap in the middle so that there's no pressure on the pole, and then just the sort of padded parts of the headpiece are either side. Anyway, I've been eyeing that up for Sienna, thinking, yeah, maybe that would be worth trying, because I knew she was a little bit tight in the pole. And of course, pinged up on the seconds, and who accidentally clicked the buy button? I did. If I had been at work, if those tree surgeons hadn't been coming today, or if I hadn't been poorly, I wouldn't have seen that and I wouldn't have purchased it. So now I've got, they didn't have it in black either, which is annoying because Sienna's saddle's black. So now I've got a Havana coloured headpiece coming. I'm going to hope that somewhere in this tack room I can find some cheek pieces to go with it. Because I'm not paying 35 quid to buy another pair of cheek pieces. I don't even think I've got a brown noseband anywhere. So, yeah, I'm not sure what I was thinking, to be honest. I wasn't thinking, but I am keen to try it. So we'll pull something together. I'll make it work. Do you want to talk to the camera? You want to show them how shiny you are? After that lovely bath you had this week, you're looking glossy and beautiful. Yes, you are. She had such a good chiropractor session on Wednesday. It was so good, wasn't it? You were very well behaved indeed. She thoroughly enjoyed it as well, but it was fab. It really was. She was clicking and popping and cracking, and then she was yawning and sighing and chewing, and you could really see kind of release on her, and it was good, wasn't it? So I feel chuffed because I feel like I found somebody that I'm happy to work with, and I think can be a long-term person to work with Sienna. She was very optimistic, which was lovely to hear. Like, she didn't feel like Sienna's SIs felt like it was kind of terminal, that the damage to them couldn't be improved. She said there's some mobility there, so it's not like, she said if they're really badly damaged, she's like, literally they've got no mobility. Careful, that was my fingers. Yeah. She was like, there's mobility there, and actually from the beginning of the session to the end, the difference in how much Sienna could actually round her back was incredible. Like, I was like, what? She can move her back. So yeah, it was really, really good. She was locked up everywhere. She was an absolute jammed up pickle, weren't you, dear? Total jammed up pickle. Literally pole, neck, withers, shoulders, ribs, back, SIs. She was like everywhere. She just jammed up. She kept going, what has she done? I was like, what has she not done? So yeah, got another treatment I'm warm now, in about a week and a half's time. It's gonna be expensive, but it's worth it. She actually didn't think I needed to get her SIs medicated yet. She's like, I'd stick with trying this first and then cross that bridge if we're still struggling. We are out on our little ride. Keeps jumping at every pigeon going. Sienna's just seen some horses, so she's got a little bit excited. Trying really hard not to let her keep turning into the right. So her left side is the side she's really weak on, but her right side is sort of overcompensating, and so it's feeling the strain. So, and the problem is Coop walks quite fast, Sienna walks quite slowly, so she's forever wanting to catch up, and in an ideal world, really leading her out all the time is not great, but at the moment it's the best we can do, because obviously it's not helping her to go straight, which is what we needed to do. But anyway, she's very happy to be out. That mare of mine. It's never a boring hack when you take Sienna out with you. So we were towards the end of our hack. We had lots of cars come past, of people very dressed up. And then the vicar, I have to say, drives very fast. He does every single time. Flew past me and then pulled over. And we were nearing the cemetery, so I was like, oh, it's a funeral one. Anyway, Sienna likes to kind of nibble at Coop. Like, every now and then she takes a little swipe and so on. She never really bites. I take just little nibbles. Anyway, this time I don't know if she meant it, but she went in at his bridle and latched on to his cheek pieces and sort of clamped down, and then panicked and then ran backwards, which is exactly what she's not meant to be doing, ran backwards, but didn't release. And so Coop came with her, and we had a bit of a drama. She nearly went into the verge and into the ditch. And you're like, I'm not meant to be doing this. Also, we were right by the funeral at this point, so everyone could see. And there's me going, stop it, let go. And she's like still attached to Coop's head. And then she got all upset about it. This is the thing. She reacts before even I've gone, what are you doing? She does something and then she goes, I didn't do it. And you're like, well, you just did. But so then she was all on her toes, and the cemetery's like right by the road. So the hearse was there and the coffin was in the back. And I was thinking, I can't wait. There was lots of traffic as well. And so I had to get her past, and there's lots of people walking up the road. And I don't really want Sienna too close to people, because just occasionally when she gets silly, she might bark or leap around, and I don't want us crashing into anyone. It was a scene. It was a scene. So I was like, get my head down, but let's just get out of here, please, Sienna. So yeah, not ideal. She did it again later on in the hack. Again, someone was like in their garden and she spooked, and then her reaction was just to try and run backwards, which I don't know why she's doing that. It's not really something she's done that much of, but suddenly she's decided that's the answer to everything. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave the video there, because even though it's been another boring video, I'm really sorry. I wanted to kind of update you on the really exciting chiropractor session that we had with her. The trees are down behind my house. They were chainsawing them up, but actually they've been quite quiet in the last sort of 10 minutes. So I'm assuming maybe they're not chainsawing them up. That's great. That means the neighbour's going to be doing it for the next God knows how many months. Nothing better, because their garden is right behind the back of my house, and he leaves all his wood right behind the back of my house. I get that joyous thing of being able to listen to him just chainsawing all the time. And he's one of these people, like, I wouldn't care if it's in the morning or kind of early afternoon, but he's one of these people that will start chainsawing at like 5 p.m. on a summer's day, and it's really infuriating. So yeah, anyway, right, I'm gonna go and do a few extra jobs, and then yeah, I will see you guys, and I promise I will do this in-hand video. It's next on the list.